What's up, everyone? My name is Lionel. I'm your host for LT Productions, and you are watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. This is episode 5 of season 5. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Thank you for your support. Please support this channel by liking this video, and if you are not subscribed, go on and subscribe to this channel, and you can leave your comments below. I'm ready to get into this episode. How about you? All right, so let's get into it. All right, so just to let you know, another cool episode where we got stuff going on. Even if stuff don't really, it's not too insanely, it don't make sense, but there's gonna be a part where I'm just gonna be like, shut up to this cast member because, oh my Lord. Anyway, so we start with, this is shady. I don't care what anybody says, this was shady. Lisa, she makes some food for her son Henry. He's on his games right now. It's like, how prophetic is this as far as what Angie's going to say later on in the episode, or what we find out that Angie said. I said, how y'all go? She has food and all that. He's still busy playing his video games, which is like, I got you what you want, blah, 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 blah. Meredith is learning her Jewish song for her bar mitzvah that she's going to be doing. Oh, and that's the last that we see of Meredith. Brown and Lisa, they get together. They had connecting flights back to Salt Lake City, so they had to wait for a little while. And while they were talking, Brown made this face. And she was like, oh, you look just, Lisa was like, oh, you look just like Gwen when you make this face. And Brown was like, no, I don't. She looks exactly like her father. And she ended up pulling up this picture, Brown did, of Gwen's father. And then Lisa said, wait a minute, I know her. I know him. And I know his family. I'm very close to them. And she's, now, I'm going to say this much. Lisa and Brown, you guys are saying that you guys have known each other forever and a day. And we've seen pictures of you and Jack and Gwen. So y'all don't know each other that intimately that you don't even know who the father of Gwen is. That was a little bit, okay, I guess, at the moment. But yeah, Lisa knows them, and she just really, she honors them and believes that they're sweet people. It's like, well, the sweet people that you know is not the same experience that I did have. Brown gives us the rundown on what happened in her backstory. She was dating Gwen's father while they were in BYU. It's a Mormon college. I think I'm saying it right. She got pregnant the second year of college. They went to his parents, and the gist of the whole conversation was shaming her. Per usual, and that's in any society that you know, when the woman gets pregnant, they're slut shamed. They are damned to hell. They really were expecting her to go to this small town, probably put this baby up for adoption, and you go on about your life. He ended up not being a father at all. We heard, I think in the beginning, I thought she said that he was like a deadbeat, but actually he passed away. I think this is what I heard, and I could be wrong. I just can't go back to it. I thought what Brown said is that 2 years after Gwen was born, he passed away. But yeah, so the circle's quite tight around with Lisa and all that. So what Lisa did is that she went to them and said, hey, I know Brown and I know your grandchild. And now they seem to be excited and they want to see the grandchild, but we're going to get into more of that later on. We move on to Bad Weather and Brittany. I'll try with these folks, but I think y'all are seeing the expressions and how I view them. I just don't like Bad Weather. They are crazy. They talk about Brittany. When she got home from Salt Lake City, she got 4 dozen roses and a card from Jared. And they were like, wait, what's going on? Why are you accepting all this? And I think I'm going to meet him. I think he deserves closure. He needs to hear me out, really. You've made every excuse in the world, and now he needs to be heard out. After embarrassing you. You are crazy at 50-something years old. Okay, girl. Brittany also feels like Lisa was too involved and was sending all these messages to him. It's like, Lord, it's just like if you have a friend or whoever is around you that has the guts to say the stuff that you should be saying to a person that has been doing you wrong. That's what Lisa was doing. But now she doesn't appreciate it after enjoying what Lisa was doing when she was upset with him. So, on the subject of Lisa, Whitney says that she got a call from the hotel motel that they stayed at. Lisa tossed out the necklace that Whitney gave her. And she was just, I'm just so offended. And then people were talking about my business. Heather lets it out that Lisa is the one that told Meredith about the Alibaba crap. So she started that? Oh, well, my partner did say that it seems like there's something going on within the group. So I called Adam. Adam, he's a podcaster. The podcaster reached out to that account that's been spreading this knowledge, and they said it was someone within this group that started this. And they were like, the person wouldn't tell them who it was, but if you ask me the right question, they'll answer it. So they were like, so the person that gave you this knowledge or started this mess, is it someone that's in the beauty brand? Do they make jewelry? No. Do they have a liquor brand? Yes. Well, the only one that has liquor is Lisa. So it had to be her. Daphne is back. Velma was last week, and now Daphne is back. So, look, I ain't got time for these stupid cartoon folk on this show. They always come up with theories, and now someone else is playing with social media. And this is my brand. Like, who? I'm just trying to figure out who is so... oh, no, it's fake from Whitney. Like, who is? Who? How have you been affected by whatever this social media site said? So shut up, Whitney. Ugh. Now Lisa done playing something. Y'all trying to, I don't know what y'all trying to do. Why y'all trying to recreate the reality Von Teese crap? I don't know. And y'all trying to find some way to try to bring her back up in here. I don't even know if I watch, but if I do, I'm gonna drag her every second of the day if she comes back. And y'all know who I'm talking about. Mary. Basically we find out, we can tell that Mary knows that Robert Jr. He's been on drugs. She does know that he needs to get a job and all that good stuff. But obviously he's dealing with something a lot more bigger than just a dependency on drugs. And I think she was on Entertainment Tonight and she said that like he does with depression and all that. And that's why she hasn't pushed him out there. I'm going to take it at face value for now. Since we're just learning all of this news, I know that he's in rehab right now. I think there's going to be other scenes this season with Mary talking with Robert Jr. about his drug problem, so I'll leave it there. I know that a lot of people, especially because he's a man, a black man, you need to get out there and do something. But, I mean, they have the means right now, and I think she wants to get him to a healthy state before pushing him out there again. Because we don't know all the backstory as to what happened and all that. I'm not saying he should not have no job or whatever. At this moment, take it for what it is and see what happens in the future as to what Mary does with her child. That's what I'm asking from y'all, but y'all probably are looking at him kind of because he's a man in black. That's my opinion. Mary and Angie. Angie comes and picks up Mary and they go to a hip hop dance. Georgia, who is Heather's daughter, is there. And that's her dance class and all that. They get some exercise and they start talking about Lisa. Angie feels like it was a low blow for what Lisa said about Electra. I still don't understand how that is. She wasn't talking about your mother. She was talking about how, for some reason, you came, not when you call, you use excuses to get off the phone with me. That's all it was. And somehow you felt like she was taking a dig at you. No, not from what I see. Everybody else acting like, oh, you brought her child in. No, she mentioned the name, but it wasn't about the child. Like, how dense can y'all be? I'm sorry, that was just dumb. And then she was saying, you know, Lisa has had falling out with everyone. No one can keep her happy. So you know, Angie, This is the thing that bothers me. Y'all get on these shows and finally discover everything about these friends that you're so close to. So you didn't notice any... So was Lisa falling out with anyone pre-Salt Wives? Shout out to Terrence. T, giving you the real tea. Like, some of that stuff doesn't make sense. So you're basing how Lisa is based upon her TV relationships. And saying that she falls out with everyone. That's not making sense to me. Does that make sense to y'all? Let me know. Let me know. I just don't understand where the problem is. You're the one that switched up a little bit on her because you were too busy trying to be and make friends with Whitney. You ended up telling her business. What business has Angie told of yours? You decided to be messy and you didn't want to own that. You never really owned it. As much as you're cool and I like how you just read people for filth, like, you'll do some messed up stuff to Lisa, and then it's all about what Lisa's trying to be this Regina George. There may be truth to that, but at the same point, you gave her that leverage. How can I say this? You gave her opportunity to say, wait, well, what's going on here? You haven't been totally loyal, and you owe her an apology. And you've made it bigger than what it was. Just like Whitney is. Then Angie says, well, Heather blames me for what's happened with the relationship with Lisa. I think a little bit, yeah. I think Heather's taking a step, what's her face is taking a step away from you because of how you've acted within this group towards her. You got to own that, Angie. And I think people's hatred of Lisa clouds that instead of just saying what it really is. All right, so when did we talk about Angie is challenging the terms of their friendship. My daughter's needs come before her. She's not into these games. I don't know what I said. Oh, she said, I'm not going to have my child have a babysitter for a computer. The computer is not going to be a babysitter. She was saying all this stuff about the mothering of that Lisa does. Again, I don't see where Lisa was talking about your parenting. She talked about how you are with her. So, whatever, lady. Whitney. Oh, yeah, we talked about the rumor crap. Jared Osmond is on the show now. Brittany was supposed to have a snowflake. We found out a week or so ago that she faked this whole storyline. And they demoted her. So it's like, why are we talking about this? But Jared felt the most heated by Lisa's comments and stuff that she was saying to him. And she takes that frustration out on Lisa later on in the episode. Basically, I don't really want to go through them because it's getting very old. That's all you talk about is this relationship with the Osmond. D-list Osmond. Don't get me wrong, I love the Osmonds, Donny Osmond, Marie Osmond, and the group. But D-list. All right, let's move on to something a little bit more significant. Gwen and Browen, they meet. Browen separated herself from Gwen for a couple of days after she told her about, I've gotten back in touch with your grandparents and all that. She wanted Gwen to make her own decisions. She didn't want to be around her to have any influence on whatever Gwen wants to do. So Gwen is really conflicted because the first time that she talked to the grandparents, they were like, oh, we're excited to meet you, and now things have changed that if you, Gwen, are open, they are open to receive. It's like, well, it looks like you're switching up, and after all these years, you haven't reached out to me, so I don't even know. But she is curious to know something about her father, more than just a picture that she's seen a handful of times. So right now, she's conflicted on if she wants a relationship with them. If you don't want a relationship with them, cool. If you need answers, get the answers and say no thank you to any type of relationship. And you'll definitely see if these people are on the up and up and really have the best interest at heart towards you or were genuine. If you say, I'd rather stay over here, but please tell me about my dad. I think Browen has handled things very well. And I don't want these housewives to get me triggered. I don't have the same story. I have I have similarities, but not like what has happened with Gwen and with Brown. Brown, you're doing a great job with personal story. I believe so. We did question how you move within the group. We haven't seen you do anything else thus far, so I'm good with you. I don't care about anyone else and how they feel. All right, so Heather takes out Lisa, Mary, and Brittany to go ziplining. We find out that Mary does all this stuff with ziplining. Like, it's cool that Mary is really opening up this season, and it's pretty cool to see her do things that she had not been involved in before. I don't know what encouraged her. They could say, oh, she's losing her check or whatever. I think after Mary got things off of her chest that needed to be said last season, Mary was more open to being a part of this cast like she should. And possibly production did get into it also. We talk about Jared again. Brittany was like, we need a closure. You know, he's really upset at Lisa for the messages that you left. And he's like, well, I was just telling the truth, blah, 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 blah. And Brittany was like, you're too invested, and da 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 da. She's like, well, what happened? Because you were so into what we were doing, and then all of a sudden now you got all these issues. Like, what the crap is going on? And then Brittany was like, you know what? I just won't tell you anything else. Mary said, leave us out of it. We're tired. We are through. I don't want to hear anything more because you are stuck in whatever you got going on with the Osmond. And we know that it's fake now, so it's like, whatever. Loser. What else you going to come up with because you don't want to talk about your daughters? Mary's playing evasive with the folks about her being with Angie, doing dancing and all that. It comes out that she was there. They start talking about Angie a little bit in Lisa's relationship. Heather puts her 2 cents in about what she felt. Mary calls her two-faced because you're telling what Angie's saying. You're going to her. You're talking with Angie. You're telling Lisa what Angie was saying because Heather said that Angie was taking some digs with her parenting about the whole video game thing. I'm not saying that it's not true or whatever, but I don't think Angie should have been going to Heather. Still to this day, Lisa has not talked about Angie. No matter how much we could hate Lisa Barlow don't go around talking about Angie to these folks. I'm just saying, so if we're going to be fair, let's be fair. Like, Mary finds it just two-faced. You collect different things around here and you twist things and you start all these lies. A pool of lies, wasn't it? I think I had something like that. You've known Angie the longest, but now you have all this stuff to say about her. Then Heather was like, if she was here right now, I would say it to her face, but you didn't say it when Angie was telling you that. You wanted to report back to Regina George. Gretchen. That's all that was. Oh, she leaves a trail of lies. She started talking about the black guy and then also body positivity. Now that we know how you're losing your weight. Everybody think that, no, Mary was telling the truth. She wasn't being mean. No, you were talking about body positivity and now you're on Ozempic and you're skinny mini. If you love your body, just like the other girl, the flute girl. I can't remember her name right now. You were so body positivity, you didn't mind showing your ASS everywhere, showing all of your cracks and crevices, and now you're losing weight. Why? Because you've given in to the standards of what the world, because they were kept picking on you? I'm just saying. Just saying. The flute girl, I'm trying to remember her name. I can't even remember her name right now. But anyways, y'all know who I'm talking about. But that's all I do have for this episode. I appreciate everyone coming to my channel. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. Next week gets ghetto, like I said before. Like this video, also subscribe. Until the next one, peace.